Good day, my friends. I'm Mama V. I'm super excited to share with you that I get to cook up a storm in not one, but two amazing kitchens. One in Ottawa, Canada, and the other in Reggio Calabria, Italy. So come join me in one of my kitchens and see what delicious dishes I'll be whipping up for you to try. I'm going to be making a very simple recipe. Let's add some olive oil to the pan. And we will be adding some pancetta. You can also use bacon, but you have to cut it up in little pieces. And then I will add two cloves of garlic to the pancetta. And you can chop it up or do it like I do, like little slivers. It doesn't matter. It will nicely cook in the fat of the pancetta and the olive oil, which will give it a nice flavor. So this recipe was basically started what I had in the fridge because we're leaving soon to come back to Canada, and so I need to get rid of some of the stuff that I have in the fridge. So I usually tend to create recipes that way when, I have a bunch of stuff that needs to be done. Now, one red onion, you can also use a white onion if you would want to, but I find the red onions are a little bit less powerful. Now that is a paste of andouille, which is sort of a salami paste that is spicy. So I usually use that to put some spice in my sauce. So 1 heaping teaspoon of it, and mix it well so it melts nicely with the onions and the garlic and the pancetta. Definitely will give a little bit of a zing, a little bit of a spice, but it's optional. If you don't want it, don't add it. I do like a little bit of spiciness, but I'm always holding myself back from adding because not everybody in my family likes the spiciness. Now, those are the tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, red and the golden ones. So let's cut those in half and add them to the sauce. Now we have to let it sort of simmer together. Make sure that the tomatoes will get nice and soft. A little bit of salt. Not too much because the pancetta has a little bit of salt in it. So when it cooks, it sort of releases the saltiness in it. So try to hold back on the salt. Now the water is boiling. So remember, your water of your pasta need to taste like seawater. So add your salt in your water before adding your pasta. And that's very important. A lot of people put their salt before the water even boils. Now those are some green olives I had left over, so toss those in, which definitely will give a good flavor to the sauce. I love putting olives, regardless if they're Kalamata or black olives or whatever olives you have, you can throw that into this sauce. Now that is my pasta, which is linguine. And I love that brand, and I really enjoyed their different types of shapes of pasta that they have. Now these are my linguine, and they go, spread them out, which is important, and in no time. It will be 10 minutes for this pasta to cook to the right al dente. Remember, regardless what pasta you use, check your package for the time of the cooking time, okay? Because each pasta has a different minutes for it to cook. So this one specifically, it would take 10 minutes. So that's important. Now, I've definitely add some white wine. Remember, even when you do add wine, make sure you get a good wine, not a cooking wine. It's like, not good. Just get a good wine. This, I use white wine, and remember, it has to evaporate the wine itself. You don't want your food to taste like wine, but it will complement your wine. So now it's almost 10 minutes. I take out my pasta and I add it to my pan, and I will definitely mix it well. So the pasta is, the linguine will capture all those flavors inside. You can give it a little bit of you can bring it back to some heat and mix it well, and then you can serve it definitely with some Parmesan cheese if you want, or pecorino cheese, whatever you prefer. Like, I love my pasta with Parmigiano, but it all depends what type of pasta sauce I will have. Sometimes I will enjoy a nice pecorino with my pasta. Now here I am mixing it well and getting it ready to be served and enjoy with my husband. A simple recipe that anybody can do, and be creative with your ingredients. I mean, this is what I had. I mean, I know that I also added some parsley. I found here some frozen parsley. There it is, the frozen parsley, which I rarely buy frozen parsley here in Italy, but they do have that. They also have frozen onions and carrots and whatever, but usually I like to use the fresh. But when I do buy my bunch of parsley, I wash it and I freeze it myself. So can't wait to try it, because I'm telling you, I'm sure there's going to be an explosion. And there it is, my friends, a perfect, simple recipe that you guys can try. Be creative, my friends. There's with my Parmesan cheese. I love it. Enjoy your Sunday, and we'll see you in the next recipe.